Now, okay, so how would you feel about this when you said growth? So let's just assume that if if you're listening to this, then you're interested in non-dual realization, Advaita Vedanta, having an awakening, finding your true nature so that you're abiding in your true nature. So what about the idea of how do you like the idea of any decision I make moving forward is going to be based on, if I say yes to this, is this going to enhance my ability to remain grounded in my true nature, or is this going to potentially block it?
Mm,
How do you like
mm.
that?
Yeah, that's lovely. Because that was probably my compass
Yes.
in myself
And
when
we don't
this.
always know, right? We don't always know. So let's say that I have a decision to make, and I think it's going to enhance my environment to where it's supporting my practice and my awakened state. And then I make the decision, and then I find out that actually it seems to be separating me more, right? So, in other words, again, it's not black and white. I can't say, this is what I need, this is what I don't need, and it's done and do it. And I have to be constantly checking in,
Mhm.
you know,
Yes, yes.
is something potentially blocking me right now? And what is that? And is this really something that is in my outer world that needs to be changed? Or is this something that is just simply within me and I'm projecting it onto
Mhm.
the outside?
Yes, yes,
Because we could get caught up in trying to change everything outside of us.
yes, yes.
So, okay, so that's one perspective, one view of how remaining aware of the energies and the frequencies is important. And even saying that's a lower vibration can be something that will be supportive and allowing me to make a change. And then on the other hand, saying that's a low vibrational feeling, for example, like shame. So there could be the idea that shame is a low vibration experience, and then the idea could come that I have to avoid it.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so now what has happened is I've taken something that could be very beneficial for me spiritually, and I've turned it into something that is going to support my repression
Yes,
of something that is possibly needing to be felt.
yes, yes. Yes, it comes to, if I speak from my direct experience, realizing effortless awareness was where I started to operate from, to feel everything.
Yes.
Allowing, because if we bring the component of love and welcoming to that aspect, to welcome these energy that are needing to be recognized and
Yes.
allow. And if the effortless awareness is a comforting place to be, to avoid feeling, that would be in the that would block our full expression and potential, because the process of awakening, ultimately, in myself, how it feels like you are able to have your true voice, to trust yourself, to be clear. And for that to happen, if there is some shame that is repressed, it maybe sometimes we don't even know that it's there, and then allowing it to come up and to be met. Ah, I see you. It's here. And you start to recognize when it's appearing. It continue to appear for a while, sometimes less and less, And when it's there, it's still recognized and not avoided. So it's kind of fully open, never closed, to continue, because there is no destination of an
Right.
end point. Life is a movement and it's continuously.
And as you said, it's the mind that is doing this. And oftentimes subconsciously, it's the mind that has said and decided that this is a low vibration. And so therefore, I'm justified in my unconscious impulse to repress this.
Yes.
Not even judging that, right? Because from awareness, I can notice, oh, yes, my mind is saying, don't feel that.
Yes. Yes.
So we can, and oftentimes that happens, right, with clients. We'll spend a lot of time with the resistance itself
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
with the thoughts that are supporting the
Yes.
resistance, with the programming that's trying to help. Thank you to this resistance because you're trying to help me avoid the pain of shame. Thank you
Yes.
for that. Thank you for help. You're trying to protect me from feeling shame. And then as we can start feeling this authentic appreciation for whatever this is that's trying to help me avoid it, and then we can say, I want to feel this shame. See, and even if there's a no, we're just,
Allow the
let's
no.
let that no speak. No, I don't want to feel it.
Yes.
I don't. So we
Yes.
allow that. We're always allowing everything.
Yes, because if we're trying to allow the fear, what happened in my case was that the allowing the fear was already okay. Like the
Yes.
resistance was not there, so the fear was felt
Yes.
more, and then the more it was allowed, the less it was scary.
Yes.
But if I work with someone and I say, let's just welcome the fear and nothing is happening, we're going to look at the resistance. I don't need to get rid of this. And then the body will start to express, yes, I have to, I have to, I have to. And we're going to allow that
Yes.
because we can't bypass that. We have to allow this resistance to be fully felt, acknowledged, and recognized. I see you, energy that wants to get rid of this. This is embrace and welcome.
Yes. Everybody is so unique. That's why,
Yes.
having some one-on-one guidance and stuff is so powerful because we don't know what's going to come up in any given moment.
No. Some
And
people have less fear, some have more,
yeah.
some
Well,
have.
and then, anger, for example, I have a client who expresses anger and rage and is very comfortable expressing anger and rage, right? Whereas someone else might not be comfortable expressing it. But as we've kind of allowed the anger and the rage to express, be heard, be felt, and it starts winding down.
And when you're saying expressing anger and rage, you mean in a session?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, allowing it.
And even in her life, she's allowing herself to express it. But as we've talked and we've realized that she's always been able to express that. So, this is a sign that this primary emotion that it's okay to feel
Yeah.
is holding back
Something else. Yeah.
something else. And
Yes.
so it's a matter of time where we gradually we want
Yes.
to, this was something else that we talked about. We want to address the primary default uh, programming that's coming up as a reaction to life, and
Yes.
let it feel fully heard and seen first. Let it feel acknowledged. Give it space. and then it will start relaxing, and then we can see what's behind that,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's where the real
Yeah.
juicy stuff is.
Yes. Yes. And the it's really the paradox about realization is a realization, but it's also a process that can have, like in myself, it felt like it was unwinding for many, many, many years.
Yes,
That the anger was my expression. I was I was like in rage, and I was able to express. I was able even like it was dysfunctional in my life because I was the anger. I was the and as it started to decrease and decrease and decrease, and that was prior to realization. The hurt
yes,
was on the surface then. The
yes,
hurt and then the distress. It's like all of these layer, they were
yes,
already dissolving. So
right,
realization can happen, anytime, but it can also happen as you start to
yes,
meet these energies. Then the effortless awareness is, because it's easy to recognize effortless awareness, and then at some point how do you, what is taking you out of it?
yes, that's right.
That's where the tool are coming in, is what is
Yes,
taking you out of it. Because I meet a lot of people who tell me this is clear, but it's not my experience.
yes,
What can I do?
yes,
And also when you bring about, I was asking if the person is expressing, and it's okay to express anger, but sometimes I see a place where some people, they might be afraid that because they uncover this anger, they're going to start to spill it over everywhere to everyone. But in reality, it's not the case. Is that this anger becomes a healthy energy of assertiveness and boundary, because there is no guilt underneath it anymore. As we reveal and meet this feeling, then it becomes easy to say, I don't like this. And it's a, because it's a way out of victim consciousness. What we're doing
yes,
is we're stepping out of that. And then what happened in my life was I started to be able to feel it while I was in relationship with someone, without projecting it and without suppressing it.
yes,
I started to sit in a conversation with someone, speaking normally and feeling the anger really. And I was starting to be able to not project it and not suppress it.
yes,
And that was very powerful. When that started to happen, it was really
yeah.
powerful.
I mean, that's an example of how using basic traditional psychology in a way, Jungian psychology basically, can lead a person to, a more open space emotionally so that the realization you can be abiding in it more easily because those obstacles aren't coming up. So yes, I think that what you just said can apply to any kind of thing that's being repressed, anything that is being avoided, um, because we can justify why we need to avoid it in so many ways. And a lot of times, the reasons I need to avoid it are unconscious. So that's important too. That's a very subtle part of this work as well. And that's why being with the resistance and being with that impulse to repress is so important, because it'll tell you, so what would happen if I allowed this feeling? And then it'll tell you, oh, if I allow it, it's going to keep going on and on. Or if I allow it, it's going to be too much for me to handle. Or if I allow it, I'm going to hurt other people.
Mm.
Yes, these are all, things because we're bringing it to the light, right? We want to see all.
Yes, we want to see it all. And those, some of the thing that may arise with the realization of effortlessness, there would be a thought that will show against that. Like, what would happen if I am available for what is arising? Nothing will happen, and I will be alone, and nothing, all these thoughts, they need to be revealed. That
Yes.
those were my own, like, my own thoughts. They were like not my thought, but the thought that came was, if I start to function from intuition, I will not survive.
Right.
Nothing will happen, and no one will love me. And I
Yes.
needed to see that, and to
Yes.
really just feel it and allow this,
Yes.
so that now these thoughts, they don't have any, they don't have any potency. They're not charged. I can look at them and see, okay, it's okay, I see you. It doesn't mean anything, because self-trust is emerging with the use of the tool.
Yes. Yes, and that's a beautiful flipping statement right there, would be to try, I can trust myself, and see what the body says about that. No, I can't. Beautiful. Let's just allow that, let it speak, let it express. Why not? Why can't I trust myself? And then pictures of maybe mistakes that have happened in the past and all of that. So it's just a beautiful way to reveal, what we're doing is we're bringing it all out into the light, right? Letting
Yeah.
it express, letting it show itself. And so what about the whole, um okay, well, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, Jules. Very,
It's
I
really
I always
great talk.
appreciate. Yes. So
Yeah,
we'll post this with a few links for people
okay.
to
Yes,
reach out. All
yes,
right.
okay.
Thank you. Bye.